Most of us already know that the Philippines is one of the most Catholic countries in the world. In fact, it's home to the third largest Catholic population worldwide, right after Brazil and Mexico. Out of around 110 million Filipinos, more than 92 million proudly identify as Catholic. That's about 84% of the population. But here's something fascinating. Not every part of the country grows at the same pace. Some dioceses are actually experiencing an explosive rise in Catholic numbers, so fast that researchers can barely keep up. And it's not just about big families and higher birth rates. In some regions, entire communities are discovering the Catholic faith for the first time and choosing to enter the church. So today, let's take a journey across the Philippines to discover the 10 dioceses where Catholicism is growing faster than anywhere else in the country. We're not just talking about numbers, we're talking about real stories of faith, hope and love spreading like wildfire. Stick around until the end because the #1 fastest growing Catholic region might surprise you. It's not even a diocese yet. And as we go along, I want you to think about this. What does rapid growth in faith mean for the future of Catholicism? Not just in the Philippines, but for the world. Ready? Let's dive in. Number 10. Diocese of Antipolo. Let's start our countdown with the Diocese of Antipolo. Between 2021 and 2022, Antipolo recorded a Catholic growth of 3.89%. That may sound small, but when you realize it meant an increase of almost 118,000 Catholics in just 1 year, you see just how significant it is. Imagine that, an entire city's worth of new Catholics added in only 12 months. The diocese went from around 3.26 million faithful to over 3.35 million. What's fueling this? Antipolo is a vibrant pilgrimage site, especially famous for the Our Lady of Peace and Good Voyage Shrine. Every year, thousands walk barefoot to the shrine as an act of devotion. These traditions, deeply rooted in Filipino spirituality, inspire many people to strengthen their faith or return to Catholicism after drifting away. Number 9. Diocese of Novaliches. Next up, we have the Diocese of Novaliches growing at 4% in a single year. The Catholic population jumped from 2.4 million to over 2.5 million. Novaliches is a young and dynamic diocese carved out of Manila and Quezon City only in 2002. Because of its urban setting, many assume people would drift away from the church, but instead we see the opposite happening. Catholicism is thriving here. One reason could be the diocese's focus on youth and family programs. In a city where life is fast-paced, people are finding in the church not only tradition, but also community and meaning. Number 8. Diocese of Mati. Coming in at number 8 is the Diocese of Mati in Davao Oriental. Growth here reached 4.6% in just 1 year, a big jump for a relatively small diocese. In 2021, there were about 353,000 Catholics in Mati. By the next year, the number rose to 369,000. That's 16,000 new Catholics in 1 year. What's interesting is that Mati is located in Mindanao, where Catholics live alongside Muslims and Protestants. Growth here is a sign that Catholicism continues to be a uniting force in diverse regions of the Philippines. Number 7. Apostolic Vicariate of Bontoc, Lagawe. Now here's a unique one. The Apostolic Vicariate of Bontoc, Lagawe. It's not even a diocese yet, but it's one of the fastest growing Catholic territories in the country, recording a 5.54% growth rate. The Catholic population here went from about 210,000 to nearly 222,000 in just a year. What makes this remarkable is that Bontoc Lagawe is nestled in the Cordillera Mountains of northern Luzon, home to many indigenous peoples. Missionary work here is challenging, remote villages, rugged terrain. But the growth shows that the gospel continues to reach hearts in even the most far-flung places. Number 6. Diocese of Imus. At number 6 is the Diocese of Imus in Cavite, with an impressive 8.07% growth in just 1 year. The Catholic population jumped from 3.2 million to 3.5 million. That's almost 300,000 new Catholics. Now, Cavite is one of the fastest urbanizing areas in the Philippines. With more people moving in, the church here has had to expand quickly. New parishes, new ministries, new outreach programs. It's a powerful reminder that Catholicism grows not only through personal faith, but also through the church's ability to adapt and serve growing communities. Number 5, Diocese of Masin. In 5th place, we find the Diocese of Masin, located in southern Leyte. Catholic growth here was recorded at 8.42%. The numbers are striking. In 2021, there were about 652,000 Catholics. Just a year later, the number had risen to 707,000. That's an increase of 55,000 faithful in 1 year. Masin is also special because in 2019, it became the first diocese in the world to shift entirely to renewable energy for its churches and schools. This bold move shows how Catholicism here isn't just about numbers. It's about living out the faith in concrete ways that also care for creation. Number 4, Diocese of Pasig. At number 4 is the Diocese of Pasig, which saw its Catholic population climb from 1.6 million to almost 1.8 million. That's a growth rate of 8.92%. Pasig is part of Metro Manila, one of the busiest and most crowded places in the Philippines. Yet in the middle of skyscrapers and traffic jams, faith continues to flourish. Many attribute this to the strong parish communities and devotions, such as the Pateros Pagoda Festival, which honours St. Martha. These traditions strengthen Catholic identity even in urban life. Number 3, Archdiocese of Lipa. In 3rd place is the Archdiocese of Lipa in Batangas, growing at 9.73% in just 1 year. The Catholic population here went from 3 million to over 3.3 million, adding about 300,000 new faithful. Lipa is famous for its Marian devotion, especially the controversial but deeply loved story of the 1948 Marian apparitions at the Carmelite monastery. Whether people believe the apparitions or not, the devotion to Mary continues to draw thousands closer to the church. Number 2, Diocese of Tarlac. Now here's our runner-up, the Diocese of Tarlac, recording an incredible 10.07% growth. The Catholic population jumped from 578,000 to 636,000 in just 1 year. That's nearly 60,000 new Catholics. Tarlac is known for the Monasterio de Tarlac, which houses a relic of the True Cross. Pilgrimages there have inspired countless people to deepen their faith, and clearly it's also helping the Church grow at a remarkable pace. Number 1, Apostolic Vicariate of Taytay. Finally, we've reached the number 1 spot. And it might surprise you, because the fastest growing Catholic region in the Philippines is not even a diocese yet. The Apostolic Vicariate of Taytay, located in northern Palawan, recorded a staggering 30.43% growth rate. Yes, you heard that right, 30% in just 1 year. The Catholic population here went from 486,000 to 634,000. That's an increase of 148,000 Catholics in a single year. What's behind this explosive growth? Missionary work, conversions, and the sheer hunger for faith. Taytay covers remote islands where many communities are only now fully encountering Catholicism. For them, embracing the faith is not just about religion, it's about belonging, community and hope. So there you have it, the 10 dioceses in the Philippines where Catholicism is growing the fastest. From Antipolo to Taytay, we see faith not just surviving but thriving. But this leads to a deeper question. What does this mean for us as Catholics today? Growth in numbers is wonderful, but the real challenge is making sure this growth also leads to deeper faith, stronger hope and greater love. Because at the end of the day, Catholicism isn't about statistics. It's about souls. It's about families gathering at Mass, young people finding meaning, communities caring for the poor, and hearts opening to Christ. The Philippines already shines as a beacon of Catholic faith in Asia. And with this kind of growth, it's clear that God is still powerfully at work here. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these dioceses surprised you the most? Do you live in one of these fast-growing dioceses? What's your experience like? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps us reach more people with these inspiring stories of faith. Until next time, may your faith continue to grow, not only in number but also in depth, in hope and in love. God bless you all.